Hello and welcome to Foxy Rocks Reviews. Today I'll be reviewing the B range Superdrug brushes. I've been looking for a while for a proper powder brush. I mean, I've got some kind of nice Bobbi Brown brushes and I had the face blender brush, and obviously that runs a little bit more than this $9.99 for the B range brushes, but it's not a very big powder brush. So if you want to have some sort of just some overall powder to seal in a foundation, it's okay, but it doesn't have that big size. And this is why I was just walking through Superdrug, just putting a couple of stuff, and just by the counter. So I thought, okay, well, I'll have a look. I've tried the some of the Superdrug brushes before, but on the cheaper end, on the few pounds end. And this one's $9.99, so it's basically the upper end of what I'm kind of comfortable in reviewing. But I do think it is worth a mention on this channel, and I was surprised by what it can do. I find with a lot of cheaper brushes, definitely the bristles can be quite coarse, and maybe the heads are not so big. Where this brush, it is artificial fibres than natural fibres, but they are really soft. So when you're using it, it does apply well onto the face. And I must admit, I was really surprised, especially for $9.99. I know it's kind of a one-off purchase, but once you buy it, then you've got it then, and you could use a cheaper makeup. But I was really impressed with it. It applies well, it's really nice and soft, and generally when you buy a nice brush, you're paying as much for the materials and the shaping as well. How it's shaped, so how you apply it and how you find it. This powder brush I found applied really well and evenly, and for the price, I think $9.99, you can't go wrong. So if you are looking for a powder brush or any of the other brushes, I would suggest that you do give it a shout, because it does give you some really nice coverage, and it is an investment that's not going to break the bank. Overall, I'm really impressed with this brush. As I say, I wasn't planning to buy it, and I must admit I was thinking about doing some other series or other content, kind of starting that up. But when I picked up this brush and started using it, I thought I have to review this brush. It is really, really good. So if you do have that tenner to spare and you are looking for some nice brushes, I would seriously give it a go, because it is really, really good. It's nice and soft, it's well shaped, it applies well, everything a brush needs to do without that expensive price tag. Because a lot of these more expensive brushes like Bobbi Brown, kind of MAC brushes, they do run you up quite a bill. So the moment you have a couple of them together, because normally you'll need a few, so some people like, for example, like to apply with a foundation brush, you might have a concealer brush, so it's quite easy to have 4 or even 5 in a set, to have that overall coverage, so you have it in your makeup bag. And if you're spending like £30 a brush, it easily adds up. But if you are looking for 1 or 2 brushes and you want to spend a bit more than just getting the cheap few quid ones, I would seriously have a look at these. Anyway, any ideas, any comments, please let me know, and as always, please subscribe.